We are looking at Meg Underwater. She's swimming butterfly. Commentary is by Coach Chrish. Once again, we're going to run it once just to take a look at what's going on. And again, she has a lot of the positioning, a lot of the timing stuff down really, really well. There's that breakout with that high breath that kind of lags, but her regular stroke is very, very good. That kick looks great. She's working hard on it. So we got a lot of good things. The thing that stands out most to me, see how she turns the palms down? We talked about that on the overwater video. She's doing it right underwater. She's just waiting a little late. She needs to get those palms down above water a little sooner. But this is great. She gets the head up early. Look how early she's getting that head up and leading the stroke. That is some good butterfly right there. One of the things she can probably work on doing better is getting the hands a little closer together under the body here. So she'll go from two paddles on this part of the pole. She'll have the two hands separate and get them together into one big paddle and then push. Now here you can see she's already exiting. This is what we talked about earlier on the overwater video. Her hands are exiting right here, right by her hips. And her hands need to exit probably somewhere back here by her knee. So she needs to push back more. It's really the only hitch that she's got in her stroke right now. She's getting those hands. Look how early they come out. Right at that first line. They're coming out. And she's got a whole foot of water she could be pushing herself forward with, but she's just letting go too early. So lengthen that stroke out back. Push all the way back like you're trying to touch her kneecap. That'll give you a lot more power, because the longer you're pulling that water, the more power you're going to have. Right now you're just sneaking that hand out way too early, and it's causing some of the sweep on that above water portion. Now that timing is great. Look at her get her eyes down. Head first. Arms aren't even close to getting in. That is perfect right there. Nice drive. Look at that drive with the kick. Hips are breaking through the surface because she's getting a nice hard kick. That looks good. And she does a decent job of getting her hands together. You can see how close they're getting. She just needs to get them a little closer. There's still two separate paddles. She got to get them to where they're almost touching, right under her chest here for that big press back. And then she's got to press back longer. That's really the biggest critique I have of her stroke. She just has to follow through more straight back and just push that water back as long as she can keep contact with it. Now we're going into that turn. Really, really solid fundamental technique right here. She's hitting the wall, bringing her feet up. She's not over-rotating. She's on her back. She's angled up right here. So she's on her side enough, but she's still just the minimal amount of rotation to push off. That is really, really solid right there. For her age, that is excellent. Now, a little bit too much rotation. As she goes to push off, you can tell she's already kind of orienting herself towards the bottom. I would say don't rotate quite so far. Push off just a little bit more towards the side as you push off, because, again, if you're twisting and pushing off, you're not going to have as much power. She gets a good glide, a little bit too much wiggle, and a little too soon on that kick. She's barely left the wall, and there's the first kick. She should get to this third kick right here before she even takes one kick. And right now she's sneaking too many kicks in. You can see that all this should be glide right now. She's getting a good depth though. Watch her kick. Solid kick. Timing the breakout pretty well. Just coming up a little high. And again, you saw that last stroke. See the separation on the hands here? This is what we were talking about. She needs to get those hands at this phase right here. They need to be coming together into one big paddle. and then she pushes straight down her body line towards her knees and drives herself forward. That's really the biggest thing I can see her improving with her fly, because her timing and her technique is really, really good. Especially that breath. That is as good as it gets for timing that breath. A lot of the basics, there's a strong grasp. Really, it's just tweaking a few things here or there. And her big thing is just setting herself up so that as she gets bigger and stronger, she'll have more power. She'll have a little bit easier time with her timing when she gets fatigued. This is a great stroke. She has very sound fundamentals, and she just builds on them and makes a few changes. She'll have a very, very effective fly.